Welcome, everybody. I am Michelle Asta. I am the host of Disturbed and Confused. I am so excited to be here with you tonight. And with me, I have some pretty incredible ladies. I have Mandy Jones and Bonnie Scalisi.
Hi,
two
everybody.
Wonderful comedians. These ladies have been so incredible to me. And they have given me and shown me so much support and given me the balls to actually do this, and I'm just happy to finally be here. Um, it's just really, really amazing that I could do this with you guys. Like, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, we're so happy
And
to
they
be
brought
here.
champagne. Who's better than that? Let's do a toast. Here's to the first episode of
Woo!
Disturbed and Confused.
Yes.
So, ladies, you have a lot to talk about because I hear you're venturing out and starting some new stuff, but we'll get into that in a minute. I want to know, Mandy, we'll start with you.
Okay.
How did you first get interested in comedy?
Well, I've always loved stand-up comedy. Like when I was a kid, I would always watch stand-up comedy, and when people were telling stories or talking, I would go, "Oh, that reminds me of a joke," and I don't remember who said it, but I would always repeat jokes and stuff. And I never really considered writing jokes until I saw there's a show called Crashing. It's a comedian, Pete Holmes. It's about his early days of stand-up comedy, where he's actually getting up and getting on stage, and his parents and his friends are giving him feedback. And I was
wow.
I think I could do this. I'm going to try to write jokes. And my husband, who doesn't think I'm funny, was like, okay. So I wrote jokes for about 3 months, and then I got my ass onto a stage, an open mic. It's where you go and you get up and you perform for other comedians, and then there were some other, real people there. And I did about 10 minutes worth of jokes in about 5 minutes because I was talking really fast because I was so nervous because I was trying to go really fast. Like, get the hell off the freaking stage.
Kind of like I did my intro.
But I had a lot of fun, and I never stopped going back.
Girl, you are a badass.
Thank you.
When you get on stage, both of you, you just, I don't stop laughing. And you always hear my laugh. Bonnie loves my laugh.
I
right,
do.
Bonnie?
I love it.
She always gives me a shout out from stage. I love you, Michelle Asta.
Absolutely.
So how old were you when you first got on stage?
I was 27. I'm
And
31. It was in Oakdale. It's a club called Shakers. Shout out to Shakers. Evan Weiss.
Oh, I know Evan.
Is a big comedian. He does.
We just had him on our podcast last week.
Yes, we did.
He puts a bunch of shows together. But he was running a mic out there once a week. And I had sent out an email to him actually because I was like, I'm trying to do comedy. And he's like, have you ever been on stage before? I was like, yeah, I used to dance. And he was like, I meant like telling jokes on stage, but I'm like, if you know, on a stage with people looking at you is my
not a stage with a pole, a different kind of stage.
No, I used to dance when I was a kid, so and I was like, I don't know, I have a big family, I'm kind of used to it, so I got on stage, and he was just really helpful. He told me to get the mic out of my face, move the mic stand aside, and look at the crowd and don't be a weirdo and freaking.
So he taught you all the little
He taught me some
secrets.
little nuances to make me look a little better up there. And like I said, I just kept going back.
You don't need to look better up there. You look pretty okay to me. Just saying. She makes everybody laugh.
Stop.
There's never a quiet moment when you're up there. And you're also the host of your own podcast with Bonnie.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, Bonnie got me into podcasting with, we call him Father Jim Rea.
Oh, yes, Jim Rea.
Back to
Hi,
the days
Jim.
of, it was a show they put together called Three's Company Radio Show. It was the three of us,
Yes.
those two and me, and we were friends, kind of, but the show is where we got together. You might have to refresh that. Because it's definitely on. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
There we are. Look, there we are.
And so, we got our heads together and what we wanted our show to look like.
Yeah. Well, at first we all didn't have the same vision. But I just want to say hi to Robin DeVito, to my boyfriend Michael Steven Spielberg, and Carmine. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So anyway, we had a little bit of a kerfuffle. Is that the right word? At the beginning, kerfuffle, because Mandy and I had a different vision than Jim did.
Yes.
And I love Jim. Jim and I had done an open mic for over a year and a half. And he was him and John Alvaro were my best friends in comedy. And when I was given the show at our former network, I was going to do it with John and Jim, who I ran the mic with. But John had family responsibilities.
Okay.
So
family
he was
first.
out. So then there was Jim and me. And we had to think of a third person because he wanted to call it Three's Company because it was going to be the two men.
Oh, I remember when you guys started.
Yeah.
I've been following you a long time.
So what happened was Jim suggested Mandy, and Mandy and I had met at One Eye Jack's, Stephen Pearl Mike. That's why mics are important to go to for networking.
Yes.
And I really liked Mandy. And when Jim suggested her, I was like, yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea.
See, I honestly thought you guys have known each other like forever and years and many, 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 many years ago. But that's incredible. You guys just blend well together.
Yeah, and
Perfect team.
honestly, we ended up being closer than even Jim. When Jim was like crazy, we'd be like, "No, it's not going that way." And you know, we talk to each other on the side.
Right.
Yeah, and also I want to say hi to Steve Brown. How are you?
Steve Brown.
Yeah, what happened was Jim had this vision that he would sit in the middle and Mandy and I would sit on either side of him.
Feeding him grapes.
I remember that.
In the nude.
But I didn't want to sit on the other side of Mandy.
That
I didn't want to sit on the other
great.
side of Mandy because
Hi, Carmine and Christine.
Yeah, if he started to, go off on something, I wanted to be able to like grab Mandy, like signal to her. And he thought it was because of like I was worried about him sexually, like. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
it came out later.
Yeah.
It came out later.
Sexually?
That's what he thought, that like, that it was a sexual.
Bonnie wasn't going to be able to keep her hands off him.
No, the opposite.
That we need a step
The
stool.
opposite. He thought that I was worried about him doing something to me. We were together at a mic at a bar for a year and a half. Obviously, that if anything was going to happen, it would have happened. I was next to Mandy because I wanted to be able to grab her in case he started bringing in a stripper or whatever it is that he was going to do.
He does things like that all of a sudden?
So Michael's saying, Bonnie, the word is kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. I knew I didn't
Michael
hear
always
that
uses
word
that
before.
word. And that's why I was trying to say, hey, Bruno. And I got to meet Bruno in person.
Me too.
At Dan Romano's birthday party. It was really so cool when I saw him in person.
Bruno
that was
is
amazing.
A hell of a supporter.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
meet that man.
It was
incredible.
an honor. Bruno, it was an honor to meet you.
Yes, I need to meet you.
That was the
Bruno.
highlight of the evening. But that was amazing.
Hi,
And
Timmy. Hi, Robin again. Hello, beautiful. And Janine Calasante, nice to see you, neighbor. Everybody's giving lots of hearts and likes.
Robin is like, Jim is a hunk.
Carmine Caradona
Yes,
is
I love
watching. Christine Delarada. Oh my God, there's so many people tuning in. Thank you guys. I love you so much.
Michael goes, hunk of what? Oh my God, Michael, you're so funny. So that's how we started is,
Now, how did you first get interested in comedy, Miss Scalisi?
Well, I was a teacher for many years. I retired. And I thought when I retired, I would hang out with all my retired teacher friends. And it turns out that they all had like lives. Like one was doing aerobics as a thing and another one. And they weren't, I figured I'd be having ladies who lunch. I'd be going out to lunches like every day.
Yes.
And they were all like, they had busy schedules. They had, one was really into the temple. And so.
Nothing wrong with that.
I got an email. I got a phone. Which was, I didn't even have an iPhone. And one of my first emails was from Governor's Comedy Club, and it talked about a comedy class. Ooh. And I was like, I love going to comedy.
Who runs that comedy class?
The first one that I took was John Truson.
Okay.
And John Ziegler.
Okay.
And I answered the email, and they're like, well, the class starts on Monday. And this was Friday. So I had to make a split decision. Yeah. And I honestly, I'm really shy. And
I know you are.
I am.
That's why I'm like,
I'm not like,
but you're great at it.
I'm not like a small talk person. Like I can't schmooze with people. So I was like, well, this will help me get out of my shell a little bit. And oh God, it got me out of my shell.
Oh, yes, it did.
Shove me back in the shell.
We can't control her anymore. We can't keep her contained.
No, now I'm starting to go the other way and to try to say less to get myself in trouble, as far as personally.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I'm still, you know,
There are just certain things you shouldn't talk
No,
about.
I was going crazy because I didn't understand really what Facebook was.
Right.
And the whole social media thing was new to me.
I remember when I first met you.
I revealed a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, and
David Lange is watching.
Yes,
How are you, David?
Lange. I was actually just about to mention you. Thanks for tuning in, David. Nice to see you out there. Yeah, like you were really shy that day we were on together, and that was like the second time only.
Correct.
I had ever been on a podcast.
You were there with me at the beginning.
Yes, I was helping out Eric Shevlin that day.
Yes. And I discovered that show because I would get up and I would put, you know, I would get up later. I'd put the boys on the bus, go back to sleep, get up, and it was on at 11, which was perfect for me. It was perfect. So it became, we were like a little family that we, you know, the same people viewed in. And I loved how they talked to us. Like, that's why we want to talk to the people, because it was like really cool that they were in, that this guy, Rich Grillo, who's a comedian.
I know who that is.
He and I know each other. We met at a mic like we did with Mandy.
Right.
And he was on the show. And the very first time I saw it as a watcher, I just typed in cool. And then Eric goes, Bonnie Scalisi says that says cool. Do you know who she is? And I'm like, they're talking about me? I was blown away. And then
because you're amazing.
Rich Walker's like, yes, I know her. And he goes, would she be a good guest on the show? And I was like, what? What? And Rich goes, yeah, I think she would. And then when the show was over, Rich Grillo texted me and he's like, yeah, they're serious. They want you to be on the show. And that's how it started.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So you've been doing it how many years? 4?
4 for the stand-up comedy, yeah.
And how many years?
Going
Same?
3.
3 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. You guys have come such a long way. I hope and pray that this show takes off. You better all come back and watch so we can make that happen. That I can do as well as you guys.
Oh, you are going to. Richard Kerner's watching. Hi, Richard.
Richie,
how are you?
I love you. We have a lot of people checking in. Tammy Merrill, Lee Morris. I used to babysit you every now and then.
Oh.
I might have even changed
there's
a
a
few
story
diapers.
there.
How you doing, kid? I hope you're well. Congrats with everything. So, Bonnie, you have 2 boys at home, correct?
Yes, I have a daughter.
You have an older daughter who's gorgeously
she
stunning. Oh my God, what a pretty girl! And of course, I see where she gets it from.
Well,
it's not
you.
from. You know.
Yeah.
Tell me about your kids.
I have an older son who's autistic, and then I have twins, girl-boy twins, and my son of the twins, he's autistic, and his sister is not.
Right.
And they're older now. So Josh is, my older one's 27, and the twins are 22. They're going to turn 23 July 30th.
And they're all adorable, by the way, just saying.
And Brandon was not good at school today, so I did not have a good day.
Brandon's
I got a
trouble.
bad phone call.
Brandon's in trouble.
It's not good. Hi,
Mandy,
Tammy Merrill.
I have been calling Bonnie the warrior mom. This woman does not stop. She's got unlimited
I need a vacation.
But she's got unlimited energy, and I'd like her to throw some my way because it's a little rough, you know, these days with COVID and everything.
Especially that, you know, most of his programs are still not back yet.
Right, because
everything else is coming back. But I called OPWDD and I lodged a complaint that, you know, if everybody's vaccinated, why is my son having school every other day still? Yeah. And why is there no after-school program still? Now the comedy clubs are open 100%. You know, it's mass optional or whatever. What's going on with the special ed schools? Right. Even the regular schools.
Even the regular schools. You know, everybody, I see everybody on social media, oh, what about the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids? What about the parents? That can't go to work.
If I was working, I'd be screwed. I would be screwed. And when
you have 2 autistic boys at home that are grown and they're bigger than you, like, you really have to be sure who you have them with. And it's not easy to find somebody to come help out, right?
It's not. Hi, Tara Carlin. How are you?
Tara Carlin is my girl. Love you, Tara.
And Janine? Widow
Janine
Scalisi.
Calasante.
Janine, I'm sorry, I butchered your name.
Janine Weechick Calasante.
Yeah, I mean,
She's my neighbor. She lives right over there.
oh, cool.
Yep.
We're hanging out at your house after. Just
We're
saying.
going in the hot tub after the show, Janine. Just bring a bottle of wine. Come on over.
Yeah, so it's been over a year, and I am at the breaking point.
You're
at this point. I'm
exhausted,
really
right?
pissed at this point.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
I had the day to myself before this, and now I'm just, all I'm doing is get back and forth, driving one to this place, that place.
Yeah.
Then Brandon's with me every other day. He has no school. And
Right.
it affects his behavior because,
Of course.
but I don't want to talk about that because that's boring and it's,
let's have some fun.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're drinking champagne.
We are. Cheers to all of you joining
Mandy's
in.
a sober. She's good.
Mandy's
She's
the
good.
sober driver tonight. Thank you.
And
for
Janine
doing
says,
that.
that sounds good.
Come on over, Janine. Come say hello.
Yes.
The door's
yes.
always open for you, girl.
So you got interested in podcasting from that original show that we were on together, correct?
That's how it started.
You were so fun that day. You were the
blast.
You were the person with the outgoing personality.
We had
and
a
I was like
blast.
they were trying to pull words out of me.
I know. I tried to make out with you live.
I remember that.
It was just a joke. We were kidding. My hands were separating our faces. But we had a blast, and that's how we met. And I fell in love with Bonnie the second that I met her. And same goes for Mandy.
Aww.
So now, Mandy, let's talk a little bit about you. You are married.
I am.
And you have an incredible husband.
I do.
His name?
Glenn.
Let me tell you about Glenn.
Glenn's cool.
Glenn took time out of his personal life, and the man works hard, and Mandy works hard as well.
Mm-hmm.
They were both so sweet. They knew I was struggling to get this all up and running, and I called Mandy up. Actually, it wasn't even a phone call. I private messaged her, which maybe I should have called. Sorry about that. But I said, hey, I'm really interested in doing this podcast since I was turned down by the other people to do it, which is fine. Wasn't the right time. There's a time for everyone. This was so meant to be. I feel so comfortable being here with you guys. These two, I can't say enough good things about them. Really, just
and this
incredible.
studio is incredible.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
she has an
I
entire
designed it
room,
myself.
I know, you did
an
really
entire
well.
room dedicated to, it's got gorgeous chairs.
I had the desk custom made. That was the one thing I had the most trouble finding was the desk. I wanted to be a half moon desk, not to take up enough space so we could fit all the equipment in the middle. And my friend Rob from high school is an amazing contractor and builder. And he made this for me. And if any of you would like his information, he can pretty much make anything. Feel free to private message me, and I will be more than happy to give you his information.
And everybody's agreeing that Glenn rocks. My boyfriend says Glenn rocks.
Glenn is
and
awesome.
four people
He
responded
came over
and said
here.
yes.
He helped me wire everything. Mandy was showing me and teaching me the programs and showing me again tonight because I had a disturbed day. It wasn't a very confusing day. It was more disturbed. But we got over that.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
And Robin goes, yes, Glenn Ratoro is so cute too. I'm in love. Sorry, Mandy. That's okay.
Watch out, Robin.
She'll loan him out, but you have to give him back.
Mandy's a tough cookie.
It's all right.
So I want to hear about your podcast, which I will announce. It's called The Wildflowers. I post their shows frequently onto my page. We support each other like we should all be doing, no matter how miserable the world is. We should all be supporting each other. So how long have you guys had your podcast?
She's better at that kind of thing, so let her answer
Well, first
that.
let's tell them where they can find The Wildflowers.
Well, the best thing to do is you should just be part of the group. The Wildflowers, hosted by Bonnie Scalisi and Mandy Jones. That's a group on Facebook because we always have what the upcoming, the week's topic is, because we have a different topic every week, and the upcoming guests. And we try to stay on topic. Like we'll do, embarrassing moments or scary
We never
stories.
stay on topic.
We never
Come
stay
on.
on
Yeah,
topic.
it always takes a
Never works
hard
out
left.
that way.
But we do have one rule: no politics. That's the only
And
thing
no religion.
That's included in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because with comedy, it's like an hour goes so short, and we don't want to spend it fighting or trying to fucking change hearts and minds. It's like, honestly, at this point, if you don't like what we're saying, it's free. It's totally free.
She said a bad word.
It's just totally free, and just look away. It's not like you're paying,
exactly.
Disney Plus dollars to see us.
If you don't like it, don't watch it.
And it's completely free and on a couple different platforms. So, we just try to have fun.
Right.
And we always say when it's not fun, we will not be doing it anymore.
Right. Our guest, can we say who our guest is this week? Actually, tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our guest is Peaches Rodriguez.
Oh, love her.
Is
Yeah,
an
she's great.
amazing comedian, and I was so lucky to do 2 shows with her. One I was a host, and the other one I was in the show, and she was the headliner. And she just can get a crowd, and she could just keep going. And everybody, they're holding their stomach because they're laughing so hard. So we're our topic is.
We're going to talk about the differences between men and women. She specifically
comedians.
said men and women comedians, but we broadened it to just men and women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so we just have all different stories. Maybe your brothers were raised differently than you and your sisters. If you had a son, you guys both have a son and daughter, twins.
I know one difference between men and women, but I won't say it on the show.
That's not always true anymore.
Well, this is true.
You never know.
You never know. Oh my God, you are so funny.
And we're going to be in a bunch of shows coming up.
Yeah, talk about cheese.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I need to hear about cheese. I'm so excited.
We're excited to be producers.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing to us.
Not just comedians, producers.
Yeah, so that's it's going to be the first Monday of every month. G's Club is in West Hempstead. It's a free comedy show. Free,
no cover. Just come and support the venue.
No cover. And also what we're doing to incentivize comics to get down there is 1 bonus spot per month. So if you're a comic and you're not on the card yet, you go and you put your name in a hat and you get a chance to win a performance that night. So it's really no reason for comics to not be down there, and there's no reason for family and friends to not be down there.
That was a great idea. Very creative. I love it.
Yeah, that's been in the comedy world before. So that was one of the reasons.
Esther did that.
Yeah, the mystery raffle spot, because it gets people down, and it's without the cover and stuff. You really have no reason to not be down there.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
you better be down there.
So that's
you better be down there.
You better be down there.
June 7th, a Monday at G's Club in West Hempstead. All comics should be down there. And anybody who likes comedy or not sure if they like comedy, it's a free show. So you don't
can't come to the first one.
Okay.
I will try for the second one.
Okay. And then the second one's going to be July 5th, which is crazy because 4th of July falls on a Sunday this year, so everybody's going to have the 5th off. So
I didn't even know that. Cool.
So that'll be a fun one because everyone will be coming off the long weekend.
Very, very.
That'll be great. Dawn's sister Rogers said, "Hey, ladies, congratulations, Michelle, on your first show." Yes,
thanks, Dawn.
Congratulations.
I have known Dawn. I've got some funny stories. She might get mad at me, but that's okay. Dawn Sisler, that's her maiden name. Rogers' married name. Has been one of my best friends since 7th grade. We met in middle school, obviously. But when we got older, my God, did we terrorize Long Island. The things that we did. I mean, she had me on stage at Bright Fellows doing singing contests, I Will Survive, and all sorts of funny things. And then by the time we got home, and we never drank and drove, by the time we got home, I was unable to find my keys, and she was like literally pushing me in a window head first. That's like 5 feet off the ground. So I was concussed, bruised, hungover, you name it, that was me. But we had some good times, girl, didn't we?
She's a great friend.
Yes, she is a great friend.
VG, I don't know how you pronounce that.
VG,
Luanza?
yes,
VG. Dawn does not want you to tell any of the crazy stories.
That's the only one I'm telling.
The past. You keep it in the past.
I won't tell any of the other ones. Those stay between us. But
she'll tell us all there. We'll force it out of her.
Maybe.
Can't wait.
Maybe a little more liquid
courage.
I might slip a little bit something later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But not on air. One of the things that we have progressed as far as Mandy was always very good at it, but I would divulge too much personal information, and I still do, but I'm much better than I used to be.
It's going to take me a while.
I'm trying to sharpen that skill of divulging just a little bit, but not divulging too much.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, that can get you into trouble.
It certainly can.
Who else is saying hello?
And
Let's
she
see.
and VG is saying congratulations, ladies.
Thanks, VG.
Congratulations
Love you,
to
girl.
Michelle. And tune in tomorrow to our show, which is at 7:30 on Mandy Jones' Facebook page or my Facebook page. Peaches Rodriguez is
or
the
you
guest.
could see it on my Facebook page because it'll be shared.
Thank you.
So every single...
And yours will be shared on ours from now on.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
See, this is what it's all about, people coming together and supporting each other. There's enough to go around for everyone.
That's right.
So I wanted to do a giveaway tonight.
Ooh.
I have some T-shirts.
Cool.
Trying to figure out what exactly to do for the giveaway. I have some pictures in my phone, but I don't quite know how to get them out to everybody else so they can guess what the picture is. And if they can guess what it is, I'm going to mail them a gift. So is that possible, Mandy?
Notice she's asking Mandy because I have no idea.
This is my first show. I need all the help I can get. Don't judge.
Yeah, you could post it to the. You want to post it to your thing? You would have to email it to yourself to this computer.
Yeah, no, that's too much work. So what I'm going to do?
Can you just show the picture into the camera?
Or share the picture to your timeline.
I could just show it on my...
Or put it in the comments. The people will see it in the comments.
I'm a real blonde. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I really don't know how.
I want to see what the picture is now.
You want to see the pictures?
Yeah, what are you giving away? I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know.
I'll show you.
Robin says it's a teaser, Bonnie.
Okay.
She thinks it's a naked picture of Glenn.
I don't know if you can all see that. That is the first picture.
I want to see that.
If you can tell me what this is, I am going to mail you a prize.
Do we get a chance to be the prize? To win the prize?
You want to be the prize?
No, I mean win the prize.
Bonnie wants to be the prize. Michael's not going to like this. Michael's not going to like this.
I meant win the prize.
That's the picture. If you can guess what that is and private message to me or put it in the comments, the first one that can guess what it is will win a prize. And I will get in touch with you and I'll private message you and I will mail you the prize.
My boyfriend, Michael, says, just give my T-shirt to Bonnie so you don't have to mail it to me.
You're
LOL.
getting one, Michael. That's already done.
And Robin's going a lobster tail. Looks like a spine. Can I see the picture?
Not a lobster tail. Not a lobster tail. It's not a spine.
Ooh.
Not a spine. I knew this picture.
All right, so you guys are being
look.
Oh, it looks like a dog. Like teeth.
You'll never guess.
It looks like teeth.
You want to see it again?
Like 3 sets of teeth. It does look like a spine. Whoever said that.
That's the picture.
Oh, Michael. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the
Robin
picture.
goes, or maybe groovy pants. Ooh. I don't think. What if nobody guesses
Robin.
it? What if nobody guesses it?
Robin just guessed it.
Really?
Robin, you are a winner. Woo!
I love Robin.
It. And I will show you the original picture.
Robin, you rock. Oh my God.
There are the groovy pants. Can you see
that? Of course Robin would figure that out because she's so stylish.
She's very stylish.
Yes.
I can't. That was so quick. I thought it would take 2 weeks. Now I got to find another picture.
I thought it was teeth. See, it shows where I am at.
Wow.
Can you pass the champagne? I'm going to have a little more champagne.
Oh my God. You see this? This is what I get when I do a podcast. I get champagne. The next guest,
you have some
please
more
bring diamonds and lobster.
Yeah, lobster tails.
Yes,
lobster
we would
tails.
love some lobster tails, maybe a shrimp platter, some sushi, something like that.
Sounds good.
So
Robin's excited. She goes, wow, I won. Yes.
You won, Robin. You're the winner and you deserve it.
So what does she get?
She is going to get a Disturbed and Confused beer koozie and a t-shirt from the show. So you will get both. And I promise to get them to you within the next week.
Cool. That is cool.
I'm so excited. Robin won.
Michael goes, Robin probably already has those pants. I bet she does.
That's great.
I love her style.
So I do have a surprise for all you single ladies out there.
Ooh.
You ready for this? I have an eye candy coming in, some eye candy. He's eye candy. And he's single and available. If anyone's interested, private message me and I'll set
He's the
you
next
up on
thing
a
that's
date.
getting
Yes, I'm
giveaway
giving
prize.
a giveaway next.
We're going to raffle him off.
He'll be here shortly, and as soon as he comes in, you will all be introduced.
Well,
Do we know this person?
You not in person.
He's
Okay.
not a
This is
comedian, right?
No, he's not a comedian. This is
Okay.
a friend of mine.
Then we don't know him.
It's a surprise for us too, then.
Yeah, but you're not single.
Still,
Yeah.
I
mean,
like
you
eye
can
candy.
look. You can look.
David Lang is saying Robin has a whole wardrobe filled with groovy pants and glowing boots, which is true. And Robin's saying perfect because she's already dazed and confused.
Nice.
And she wanted to know before you said what the prize was, she wanted to know if the prize was Glenn.
Oh my God, a night out.
Only you,
Night on
Robin.
the town, you too.
Yes,
Only if I
we're
get
gonna
George.
pimp Glenn out and send him.
Funny.
No, in a nice way. I didn't mean that. No
It's all right,
disrespect, Robin.
No cheap. He's not going to be a cheap whore.
Right? No. Just for dinner and drinks. No hanky panky.
No hanky panky. Forget
No.
it. I'm not coming.
Oh my God.
What
Glenn.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just can't believe how far you ladies have come. I mean, really, to watch this all happen from my point of view, like, it's very admirable.
Mandy, thank
seriously.
you. Mandy keeps better track of like the episodes, and like she'll say like
She's
this was
so
our 100th
organized.
show, and I'm like, it is. So we started what 2 years ago with the show.
Yeah, it was May. I want to
been a
say
long
May
time.
15th
Yeah, I
of
think that sounds
2019.
familiar, yeah.
And we had Dan Romano was our first guest, and Jim Rao was the host with us.
Oh yeah, and they brought two strippers
and
in.
two strippers.
Wow.
Ladies dressed as cops.
Which
who
I was
broke our party up.
which Jim and I had many fights over that.
Right. That
You
was
know?
one of those like, okay, we'll do it on the first episode, but
Right,
not
he's like,
the
we
second."
need ratings, and I'm like, that's not what I want our show
Yeah,
to be.
no.
Right.
We had
There
different
will not be any strippers on Disturbed and Confused. Sorry,
And then
Jim.
all of a sudden, out come the strippers.
Shit out of
Whoa, here they come. So Robin goes, I'll switch the T-shirt for Glenn.
Oh my God, Robin, you're killing me.
What about George? Is George in the house?
Who's George?
That's Robin's man.
George
Robin,
too.
you have a man and you want Mandy's man too?
And
She's a wild one.
George
huh?
vacuums and does all the laundry.
Can I have George?
I know, right?
I want
need a
George.
I want a George.
I
He
want
does
George.
all the housekeeping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I have his number?
And he's an ex-baseball player.
We're all
An
gonna
ex-professional
put our
baseball
men in a
player.
hat. And
Robin, private
Yeah, we'll all
message
trade
me
each other's
George's
men.
number,
For-
please.
just
I
for a
need some
night.
help here.
Oh, Robin says George wants Glenn too.
What?
Everyone wants Glenn because Glenn is
Oh
so
my
cool.
God.
Glenn's the cool. Glenn is cool.
Now I'm going to charge. If you guys get something, I don't get anything in return.
Wow. So back to G's. This is going to be a once a month comedy lineup.
Oh, can I tell who's on our first show?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
By
This
all
is genius,
means.
and I give the full credit to Mandy, because she I'm not good. I would let everybody be on the show. I'm not good with.
Not everybody.
I would. I'm not good but saying
I won't.
setting
I'm
boundaries.
the rejection person.
She
I
in a nice
reject.
way. We're
I
going to try to get
86.
everybody on, but that first show,
Oh,
everybody
girl.
wants to be on it. So she got Terry McNeely as the headliner.
Who loves us? I mean, honestly,
Yes.
we've done so many shows for him.
He
so
has
owes
done
us.
so much. He has done so much for us. Out of a year, he does 12 shows in Governor's. It used to be the Little Room. Now we're going to be at McGuire's.
Yep.
But
I've heard
he would
so
put us
many
in
great
half of
things
his
about
shows.
Terry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So he would give us 6 out of 12 shows. He picked Mandy and I. So we're going to pick him because, he always chose us. So we're going to pay him back. And then
Again,
a really wonderful person who got me through a really difficult time, Michelle Fox, who is the host. She's just a wonderful, fantastic
Sweet.
person.
Very
And she's going to be the host. And then I'll let you tell who's going to be in the
Yes.
lineup.
Oh yeah, we got so many people.
Let's hear it.
Well, we got Keith Fitz.
I love Keith
Oh
Fitz.
yeah, who was our sponsor?
Yes.
Who we love.
He's also my sponsor too. We just haven't
Awesome.
started yet. I'm so excited.
He is amazing, and
He is
his
great.
stuff is great. Bill
He's
Hansen
funny.
is tuning in. He said
Hansen.
hi. Hi, Bill. How are you?
Hey, Bill.
All right, so Mandy's going to tell us who's in the show.
Yeah, we got Nigel Fullerton, Bonnie Scalisi, Mandy Jones, Andrea Bryant, Lou Pratz, Pat Marone.
Wow, those are some big names.
Yeah, and there's about 10 of us, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, we have like a pretty,
And whoever
nice
the
little
guest
stack.
spot is.
Yes, and plus the one bonus spot. So whoever comes down, that might be another man or woman, might be another huge comic, or it might be someone who just started telling jokes. So it's really cool.
Let's get Kevin James on in there. Come on. Come on down, Kevin.
Speaking of that, one of our future guests is Christopher Brian Roach.
I love Christopher Brian Roach.
He's such a nice person.
He talks to all of his viewers. He just like you guys do, and I think that's the way it should be.
He's very
like,
genuine
your fans want to
person.
hear you talk back and say hello, and you know, I think that's an incredible thing, and he does it, and he's all over the place. I mean, he's been on the King of Queens and so many other shows, and
He was
he's
on
incredible.
Kevin Can Wait.
Kevin Can Wait, yes.
Yes.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
So I don't know who. Do you remember the order of who it is?
So next week we have Tony and Terry.
Right,
Tony Landolfi.
Tony Landolfi.
I love Tony Landolfi.
Who was our co-host.
Yep.
And Terry, we're all doing a show
That's
at
McGuire's
on June
4th.
4th. So come down and support us in Suffolk
June
County.
4th.
We would really appreciate that. And then they're going to obviously promote that show. And those two are best friends.
Yes.
And they're a hoot together. We're going to look at them up and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I looked up.
I'm buying them bourbon.
I looked up Smitty and Dutch today, the page of them fishing. It's all them fishing out, and they do like these characters. And I'm like, I need a picture of them as Smitty and Dutch because that's the real them, you know, when they're on the
See
beach.
my face? Not a happy face right now.
Why is that?
Because our eye candy cannot make it. He's not feeling well.
Oh boy. Well, this is a good crash course into podcasting.
Yeah,
Is that things happen, right? And Mandy and I, when you were on our show, we had technical difficulties where I couldn't see the people's comments, and I was going to have a nervous breakdown.
Yes, you were definitely having a meltdown.
Yeah, and then you guys calmed me down, and we just went on.
Yes.
So you know what? So the eye candy guy, he missed out because
We'll get him on the
now
next
all
one.
these beautiful ladies who would have seen him, you know,
he's missing out. I've got some pretty friends.
I'm glad you didn't
right
say his
now.
name because you know
I
what?
won't say his
maybe
name.
it was for the best.
Now they can all wait.
Yeah, you know, there's more.
Or maybe
Sorry,
he'll do a
guys.
future show.
Sorry, guys. I didn't know that was going to happen. Another unforeseen problem.
So as far as George 1 and Glenn 2, my boyfriend goes, well, some people swing that way. And then Robin goes, Michael, that was funny, Michael. Yeah, Michael is very funny. He cracks me up.
Yeah, your boyfriend's a funny guy. He should get into stand-up.
Well, you want to know what the backstory with Michael, which I don't really talk about, is Michael was a bass player for a band.
Really?
And he was very successful, and he had a fork in the road, and he was becoming an electrical engineer. And he said, do I want to continue with being in the band where I don't really make that much money and, it's a lot of work for very little, give back? Or do I want to go to college and, learn to be, and he chose to go to college.
Right. He's got a great job.
You know, it was interesting when I took him to see Street Fighter, which is a band that we were very close with.
Very good bands.
He said it brought back all these memories of did I make the right decision? And he said, yes, I did.
Well, Street Fighter they sing the Rolling Stones, right?
Correct.
If you guys like or love the Rolling Stones, who doesn't, you need to see the band Street Fighter. Do you know where they're playing next? Anywhere local?
If they play, just how do you get into contact with them?
Yeah, they're
on Facebook?
Yeah, Street Fighter on Facebook. I had shared their thing recently. I'll repost it of all the places.
Too.
Yeah, they're all over Suffolk and Nassau. every Friday,
like,
Saturday,
yeah,
like any night
every
of the
week they have
Yeah, they're all over.
they're
the
all
place.
over.
All summer long they're out there.
Yeah, it
They're
was
really,
the whole page was dates.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll reshare that so people can easily find it. But it's a great time. Last time we went, we ate dinner and we sat and danced.
I know I saw
and that Robin had made a comment earlier because no one was allowed to dance because of COVID. And this was like kind of like the ending of it.
Yeah.
And everybody was getting up and dancing. They had their masks on. And I had brought my boys who are artistic to the band, and we were right in the front. And they were dancing. And I think it was your friend who said, "I'll take Brandon to dance." And he just was like dancing. And he kept getting back up to dance with them.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
You know,
really
my
cool.
friend Marilyn Price.
Oh, she said she knows them.
She knows Street Fighter.
Which
Marilyn
one? We're friends.
Is the biggest Rolling Stones fan I have ever met. Everything she has is Rolling Stones.
So who do you know? Peter or
who do you know, man?
Peter, or do you know Robert? Who? Or you know all of them?
Who do you know, Marilyn? Type it in. Let me tell you something about Marilyn. Marilyn is making me custom tumblers for the show for me and my co-host. And she's also the one that's making the beer koozies. And if you want to check out Marilyn's incredible items that she makes and creates, you can get her on Instagram at Marilyn's Customs. And I had for Chris's birthday, I had an Islanders cup made. And all of my friends' birthdays all over the past few months, I had Marilyn make cups, tumblers with their names on them.
That's so cool.
And if you're allowed and you have a medical marijuana card, she has an attachment that attaches to these tumblers that turns it into a bong. It's pretty cute. Not that I need that, but it's pretty cute. So
she knows all of them. Well, Marilyn, I'm going to tell you my connection with Street Fighter and how I know them. Everybody else knows the story, but you don't, so I'll tell it.
Hi, Dan.
When I was 16, I was underage, and I went to a place called Tabard Ale House, and I saw a band there called Full House, and I loved the band, and I met Robert Soleil, and all right, so
let's hear it.
I always was like, if you kind of have a crush on somebody or whatever, you kind of try to get them like. But he was married. So I knew nothing was going to happen. But he taught guitar lessons. So at 16, I took guitar lessons from Robert Soleil. Then we lost touch, and I was friends with Joe Scolo. I don't know if you know the band Full House. So I took him to see John Lennon's house. It was really cool. And then lost contact with them. And then I was in Florida, and I was bored. So I'm going through my phone, and I'm on Teresa Farrell's page. And Robert Soleil happened to put up a picture of an old picture of when they were young at Full House.
Oh, how
and I'm
cool.
like, oh my God, Robert Soleil, I took guitar lessons from him.
Wow.
So I friend requested him, and then I found out he's in the band Street Fighter now.
Wow.
And that's how we discovered Street Fighter.
Wow.
So it's an interesting story.
I have a couple more questions.
Sure. Dan says, "Hey Michelle, congratulations on the first podcast."
Thanks, Dan. That's Dan Kennedy, somebody else I went to high school with. All my high school friends are showing up for me. Hicksville's in the house. Go Comets.
I went to Syosset High School.
What school did you go to?
I went to Santa Riches.
Santa Riches, way out there. Nice area. So Bonnie, I was just going to ask you a question, and I totally forgot what it was. Oh, I know what it was. The blonde hair. Who is the most famous person you have ever met?
I guess Jerry Lewis.
Wow, you met Jerry Lewis?
Yes.
How?
This is a funny story. It shows
all your stories are funny.
It shows that I'm a nut job from way back when, because like most young girls had a crush on David Cassidy or Bobby Sherman. Who do you think I had a crush on? Jerry Lewis. And I begged my parents. He was playing in Connecticut. He was going to do he was a comedian. And I said, please, please bring me to see Jerry Lewis. So my dad drove me and my best friend at the time all the way to Connecticut to see Jerry Lewis. I met him. He signed an autograph.
Wow.
We were driving home, and it was like a torrential rainstorm. And my dad, who's usually really cool and zen, he's like a Glenn type. He was like cursing, like
Glenn is zen.
and so I guess I would say, but I also met Richard Gere.
Ooh.
I met Richard Gere once.
Did you? You
at
tell
the
your story
China
first.
Club.
Oh,
Just a wave, and he waved back. I wasn't allowed to get past the VIP guard, big giant muscle guy. He's like, "No, shorty, you ain't going in."
Okay, so I met Richard Gere. He was in a Broadway show called Bent, where he shaved his head bald. And at that time, that movie where what was the movie? American Gigolo.
Oh.
And so I used to be an artist. I don't do it anymore. I painted the picture of him by the shades, and I gave it to him after the show, and he took it and he signed my playbill.
Wow.
So I met Jerry Lewis first. Obviously, I was younger, and then I met Richard Gere. So those are I think the two most famous people I've ever met.
How about you, Chickie?
I don't really think I have any celebrity encounters, really.
No one, not even.
What about
Not
Mark
even-
White?
Mark White?
Yeah.
Tell everybody who Mark White is.
So Mark White is the bassist for the Spin Doctors, a friend
Great
of Bonnie's,
band.
who was actually the one time we ever talked politics on our show. We had
That was funny.
We had like a mock, I guess,
panel.
debate.
Yes.
Which got completely out of hand, as politics always does.
And John Santo kept chiming
Yes.
John
in
Santo was
with his
calling.
impersonations.
Yeah, he was both. He was Bernie Sanders, he was Trump, and he was.
He did everything.
He was everybody at once.
He was amazing.
It was out of control.
Didn't we meet Mark White together, Bonnie?
Hmm.
Didn't we meet him together on that other show?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure we did. We met him together.
But I did meet him through that other show.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how I met
Because
him.
he always would chime in
Yeah.
with his politics.
Yeah, and then he came in one day.
Okay, I never met him, in live through that show.
Right.
But I became his Facebook friend, and we politically
Great guy.
we are very similar.
Yeah.
In fact, he's like if I'm
He's
like
hardcore.
if people think I'm extreme, he's extreme
he
10
is
times more than me.
Extreme.
Like he makes me look like nothing.
Yeah.
So we became friends, and I didn't know anything about him. I honestly didn't know he had anything to do with the Spin Doctors. I just thought he was some guy who had the same ideas that I did, and I loved his posts. And then when I found out he was on that show, and I found out who he was, I'm like, oh my God.
You had no idea.
I had no idea.
Those are the famous people I love. The ones that don't tell you they're famous. I mean, if you know they are,
He
it's
hates
obvious,
people to identify him that way.
I think that's great.
He does not want to be known that way, and he doesn't say
He's
anything in his
great,
Facebook page
great
about
man.
how he's that, how he's connected to that band.
I love Mark White. Very smart.
Very
Smart.
Yes.
And he loves his car.
Oh yeah, I saw that car in person.
The vet,
yeah,
right?
It's really cool.
He's got a vet.
Oh, so Dan Kennedy said he met Will Ferrell at JFK and told him, me and the kids watched Elf 100 times. Okay.
That's one of my favorite movies, Danny.
That's a funny movie. Hey, yeah, any of you guys, you ever meet anybody famous?
Karen,
type it in.
what's up, Karen? Good to see you. Well, good to see your name. I'm not actually seeing you. Sammy Ray Murciano is watching.
Sammy was
us.
on. Yeah, talk about Calamity
Talk about
Jones.
Sammy now.
Yeah, that was last Friday. We had her on the Calamity Jones Hour.
Oh, talk about Calamity Jones.
So Calamity
yes.
Jones started out of quarantine when we got
Yes.
quarantined to the house. Bonnie and I were at our old network, and they started doing once a day. And me and Glenn picked up every Friday night. We started doing an hour-long show. I shaved Glenn's head in.
That was
on
hilarious.
air.
That
I
was
haven't
freaking
gotten
hilarious.
a chance to watch it yet because I play pool on Fridays. I'm so
I almost
sorry.
peed in my pants when that was going on.
We baked and baked a lasagna, and we were making cookies, and we're yelling at each other. And in the kitchen, we tried to do as many things to keep each other occupied as possible.
Wow.
And then
Good job.
when we didn't come out of the lockdown, but when we stopped working with our other network, and Bonnie and I started the Wildflowers, Glenn was like, well, you got to keep the Friday show going.
And
So
even though Glenn
because
is
you already had a
zen,
following.
you still have to keep him
Yes,
occupied.
yes. So although he's not always there with me, sometimes he sits on the panel with me if he's there or not. Sometimes he's just freaking,
Right.
asleep or whatever. But every once in a while he does sit in with us. And my guests are always like, where's Glenn? Oh, it's just me and you. I'm like, sorry guys, it is just me and you.
That's not right.
No, but we have a lot of fun. And he sees the potential in me that I don't see in myself sometimes. So it's good.
Yeah.
You need someone to keep you, like, you know, today, like when you were like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, well, we got fucking 8 hours figured out.
Yeah.
We're coming. We're
That's
doing
right.
it. You know,
and
it's
we
like,
did it, didn't
the
we?
show must go on, kind of. You
Cheers
know?
to that. Thank
Cheers.
you so
Cheers.
much for being here, guys.
Thank
Like,
you for
really.
having us.
This is
Thank you
fun.
for having us.
I wish I could just do this every week, but I know you guys are just so busy getting famous now and all professional that, you know.
So your friend Karen said, hi, honey. And
Hi, baby.
my boyfriend wanted to chime in that he met John DeLorean because he's kind of like very geeky. So for him, that was like a big celebrity encounter. And, you know, it meant a lot to him.
Who's that? No, I'm kidding.
And the rest of them haven't chimed in. I don't know why I don't see Sammy Ray on mine because I think I'm Facebook friends with her. But
I've met a couple of famous people. I've met Billy Joel. I've met.
I was at a Billy Joel concert, but I never met him.
I've met the Pointer Sisters. I was private security for Billy Ray Cyrus.
Ooh.
Female security chick supervisor. That's when I worked at the Huntington Hilton way back when. I met Boys to Men, all of them. They wanted to kidnap
They were
me
boys
from my
before
job.
Michelle met them, and then
I
they became
turned them
men.
into men. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. They'll think I'm a
I'm
slut.
joking.
No.
I'm joking. That's a joke.
No, but they were actually really fun until they got hammered and they were all over the lobby and I had to walk them back to their room. But they invited me to leave my job and I was welcomed onto the tour bus if I wanted to go on tour. But I had children. I couldn't make it that day. Sorry, guys.
I'm just picturing you with like the big white shirt. Like,
Did you have a gun?
I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. That's your boyfriend's topic.
Yeah, Michael has lots of guns.
Yeah, he likes them.
Oh,
Not that I don't, but.
So my boyfriend said he met Bill Cosby, but I don't remember what happened. Oh, that's a joke. I know he didn't really meet Bill Cosby. He's joking with us.
Oh my goodness. So I see your mom popping up on your podcast a lot. It must be nice to have that support.
it really is. Both my mom and my dad are super supportive of my comedy,
great.
which is great.
Now, did either of them ever have interest in comedy?
No, but they both are like, jokes are huge. You know, both my grandfathers, my mom's dad and my dad's dad are big, you know, joke tellers and storytellers.
Right.
And both my mom and dad have really big families, so you kind of had to be entertaining
Yes.
or have a joke,
Or have no attention.
Yeah, or you're not going to get any attention, or you're going to be the butt end of the joke. So that was
me growing
practice.
up. I was the butt. I was the butt. Still am. But anyway, so go on.
No, so that was really that's what, you know, made it super easy to transition to, like, you know, being on camera and being on stage and stuff, because you already have a whole big family of people looking at you.
Right. I don't mind being on stage. I really don't. I did pop my stand-up cherry.
Really?
A couple of years ago. It was like 2 summers ago. Over at Chow Baby, I was asked to do a quick, like, it was supposed to be only like 3 minutes just to, like, please, like a crowd warmer kind of thing before a freestyle show. And I ended up being up there for 9 minutes, which was not my choice.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
And I had memorized 9 minutes of material, thankfully, so I didn't look stupid. But I tell you, it's not easy being up there. No. I give you ladies a lot of credit. It's a lot of
like
work.
People think a podcast is so easy. Like all these things that happen.
I'm lucky I remember to put my underwear on every day, let alone 9 minutes of material nonstop.
I only have 7 minutes.
How do you do it? But how do you do that? Like, do you have to practice for like a week or 2 weeks or a month? Like, how long does it take?
I'll let you go first.
Well, honestly, I'm like always trying to have new material and new stuff to work in, because honestly, I'm always begging my family and friends to come down and see me.
Right,
So like, I can't have the same set. So I am always trying to add stuff. Like right now I have on my list, you know, the couple of jokes that I'm really trying to not forget, and then I'll do some tried and true older stuff, but I'm always mixing it up. So
and you're always writing.
I'm always writing, always memorizing.
Like every day you're writing?
I try. I really do. Yeah.
Right.
I try to, you know, either in my phone take a note, or, you know, real life conversations are really where I take a lot of my comedy from.
Well, real life is funny.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Yeah.
And it's funny. People want to see that. You're very creative.
Thank you.
Very creative
Absolutely.
and very talented. You really want to check out both of these ladies. I mean, every show I've been to, you hear me laugh. You know, everybody knows my laugh. You can't miss it. My parrot even mimics me sometimes.
Do you have a parrot? Seriously?
I have a parrot. Yes,
Oh my
a
God.
Quaker.
Wow.
Her name is Crackers with a Z.
So you have a dog named
Crackers.
Bobo and a Cracker.
And yes, and I also have an Ozzy after Ozzy Osbourne.
And Ozzy is what?
He's a Yorkie.
Woo! I think
dog.
that was the dog that was barking at me like really rough when I first came in.
No, that was Bobo. That was the wiener dog.
The wiener dog sounded scary, but he's really a cute little.
He's the biggest mush.
Uh-huh.
He's the biggest mush, and it's funny. He's a wiener dog. That's what I call him. That's not his real name of his breed, but that's what I call him. And wherever he sleeps, it's got to be like he's sleeping in a bun. And I find that so entertaining that I literally just take pictures of him all day long when he's sleeping. It's so funny. It's like he's in a bun. He's like an actual wiener. He's a hot dog. It's hysterical.
He does look like a hot dog, but in a good way.
Yeah. In a very good way.
In a very good way.
Best kind of wiener.
So Nancy Weems is tuning in.
Nancy.
But I don't see Nancy on my feed, and I just asked if she's in Facebook jail. I don't know. Because sometimes when you're in jail, you can't comment. You're just
Bruno, I'm friends with Nancy.
So am I.
She should be able to comment
I don't
for
see
all
her.
of us.
But thanks to Bruno, I know that she's tuning in.
Yeah,
I don't
I
see her.
see her.
You see
No,
her?
I don't see her. I'm sorry. I do not.
I know Bruno just got out of jail, so that's why he knows about the
So,
limited.
yeah.
I was wondering what
I was in jail
happened.
for 24 hours. I almost died.
Bruno, what'd you do?
Bonnie came over to my house asking me to check the Facebook.
I was like, oh
Let me just see your feed real quick.
That's awesome.
And because I usually, if I see a comment or a post or whatever, I like to comment on it. It wouldn't let me even like anything.
I know that's
let alone
even worse.
post.
That I thought when you were in Facebook jail, I thought maybe you go into the the app and it'd be like, X. It lets you go in there like purgatory.
Yeah,
like you're dead.
You can see what's
everything,
happening.
but you can't react to
Right,
it.
which is
The
worse.
worst
That's worse.
feeling
It
in the
is.
world.
Real
They
jail,
know
you don't
how
know-
to get to us.
And speaking of Mark White, he's been in jail for so long.
Facebook
I've
jail.
lost Facebook jail. Sorry,
lost
Let's
Facebook
clarify.
jail.
He's always disappearing.
He's banned for a month, I think.
Yeah.
Because I go on there, because the internet is boring without him. So I go and I look, and he's still in jail.
Yeah.
And so he must have they're really coming
It was
for
a
him.
good one.
Whatever got him banned, it was
a long
a long one.
Knock on wood, I have not been in Facebook
I've only
jail
been
yet.
in. I got one warning, and it was interesting.
What does the warning say? You better shut up or
The
I'm going
warning,
to shut you down?
the warning was so weird because it had nothing to do with politics. Somebody said something to me, and I responded.
Just don't repeat it on here.
I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. But I was so floored. They're like, that comment is against community standards.
Okay.
And it really wasn't the way I phrased it. But I was like, they say, do you agree or disagree with this decision? So I'm like, well, I did say it, but I don't agree that it had anything to do with.
But if you hit disagree, they automatically
No, I have
put
no
you in
idea.
jail?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So I said, okay, I said it. So I hit agree, and then they let me have a pass. Then the next time I put something political down about something, and they said somebody must have reported me.
Bad boy, Bruno.
Yeah. and they put me down for bullying. And like me, a bully. And they put me down for bullying for 24 hours. And it was the longest 24 hours of my life. And I'm like, oh my God.
She went and beat people up outside.
Yeah.
Well, I would have been
exactly.
heavily drinking and going through severe Facebook withdrawals
Oh
if
my
that
God.
happened to me.
And you kept forgetting. And you would press the like button, and then it would come up. You were still restricted for 12 hours. You were still restricted for 11 hours. It was really, really upsetting. So Robin's saying ridiculous. Bruno's saying Facebook jail. He did 7 days for a bad comment about the vice president.
Yeah, not a good idea.
And Marilyn Price said, my husband is forever in Facebook jail.
Yes, that I've seen. You know who's watching? Joseph Joey Cat Catalano. Nice to see you out there, my friends. Where's your buddies?
Hi,
Pete
Joseph.
Claudio and James DeMeo and all of them. Get them to sign on and say hello. Hope you're all doing well. But so, do you have anything in the future that you would like to do with your comedy careers? What do you have a goal, like a main goal?
I don't have any goal. I don't care.
Just to have fun, right?
I just want to have
Just
fun.
about fun. Me too.
That's why I got into it, and that's why I don't like all the drama and the fighting.
Right.
I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Agreed.
I got into this because it was, it's something extra. I'm a retired kindergarten teacher. I have a pension. I don't need the money.
Right.
I don't care. I do it to have fun.
We do
and
this
as Mandy
for fun.
said, when we stop having fun, we'll stop doing it.
Right. Exactly. That's the way I look at it as
Yeah.
well. Same thing, and I've said it many times. When it's not fun anymore, it's just not worth it. Why cause all that and create all that stress for yourself? If it's not fun.
And Mandy and I have fun.
You
We do.
Let me tell you
I have to
something.
say,
I've been on
last
this
week
show.
wasn't fun, but usually it's very fun.
It was a team building
Yeah.
experience.
I've been
But
on
it
their
still
show.
was fucking hilarious.
It was great.
I've
If
been
you
on
haven't
their
seen
show
our
3
show
times.
last week, go and watch it.
We were reamed out by one of our good friends.
Yeah, he's a friend, and I've never had a bad incident with him in
but
our
it was fun
entire
to
friendship.
watch.
Fucking turned on us, and we totally.
I was like,
we
you
had
know,
to
what?
de-escalate the situation, and then said, "What the fuck is going on?"
It was. I introduced him the wrong way, which is why, I usually say
Like
to
you
people,
did it on
"How do you want me to
purpose."
introduce you?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, I know this person.
He's a
It's no
friend,
big
yeah.
deal. I'll just wing it." And he just bit my fucking head.
Oop.
Sorry, he bit my head off
Flubber nutter head off.
because I said I said one word producer in front of the word comedian instead of comedian first in front of the word producer.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Simple
not mad.
mistake.
I'm not mad at him or anything
No,
because
no.
I know he had other
Shit happens.
things going on.
Life's
And
too short.
yeah.
Oh
Shit
yeah,
happens.
no, we're all friends.
It was
but
it was the
just,
only time he's ever yelled at me.
Robin
In our-
DeVito writes, the producer.
Robin saw that episode, so she knows.
I saw
Time
it
in
too.
history.
Oh, Bill was saying your show is awesome. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. You know who
We're
else
so
is
happy
watching?
for Michelle.
Miss Caroline Purr. Caroline Purr wrote and made a song for the show, which hopefully we will air at the beginning of every show starting next
I
week.
listened to it. It was
I sent it to
fantastic.
Mandy and Bonnie. It's amazing. I can't wait for you all to hear the debut of our new song. It's pretty incredible. But you should check out Caroline Purr on Instagram and on Facebook. She performs all the time with multiple different bands, and
She's
we've had
so
many
talented.
connections. She's so talented. Her voice is just out of this world, and she's just full of creativity, and I love that about her, and she's very sweet. So thank you, Caroline, for your continued support and for making this wonderful, amazing song. And she's coming on as a guest over the summer, so I can't wait. We get to
Nice.
finally meet face to face.
And I just want to say, for the person who was the Street Fighter fan,
Marilyn.
that our 2 songs from our former network and this network,
Yep.
Mandy's, were written by Robert Soleil.
Yes, they were.
They were original works, and he did a completely new song for us both times because
Yes.
Facebook would take the show and get it in trouble if you used a
real song.
Yeah,
real
we would
song.
use
Yes.
a different song every week,
Yes.
and it was getting
They
picked
mute
up.
it.
Yeah,
they mute the music.
Yeah, so Bonnie called in a favor, and Robert wrote the original music for us. And then when we went into quarantine and changed our name, he wrote a new song for us.
Yeah,
That
he's
was
He was
really
amazing.
nice
mad
of
at
you,
me when he
Robert.
found out that Calamity Jones didn't have a song. He's like, "You have another podcast and you don't have a song and you didn't tell me." I'm like,
So all 3.
So now we all have, yeah.
I've never heard a bad thing about Street Fighter or Robert
There
Soleil.
isn't a bad thing to say.
You guys you're always praising all of them.
Although they are the reason that we have a very they jinxed us because we had them on the show and then we went into total lockdown. The world almost ended.
Peter, not Robert.
And the time that we had them on before that, as they were on the show, Jim was like, "Okay, guys, I'm never going to be on the show again. Like, I'm leaving you now."
Yeah, every time we had a guy guest
Oh my God.
co-host and a
That's
Street
too
Fighter
funny.
person would come on, they would be off our show for some
The whole
reason.
sh-
Yeah.
Jim left us, and then it was literally the lockdown. We're like, "Peter, you're not coming on the show anymore. Like,
So
you're
guess what?
jinxed."
We are actually 5 minutes past the hour.
Oh, is it okay if we tell people our
You
our
can
dates?
tell them
Yes.
whatever you want.
We are going to be in a bunch of shows, and we'd appreciate if you would come to at least one of them. So
Support.
Mandy is going to read them off because she's much more organized than me.
So we have coming up Saturday, May 29th, Bonnie and I will be at Round 2 in Bohemia. Friday of next week, we're going to be at McGuire's. That's in Bohemia as well, with Terry McNeely, 6'5", Vagisilly. That's at Coasters.
With Richard Schultes, headliner, who is freaking hilarious.
That's going to be great.
What was that word?
Vagisilly.
That's the name of the show.
It's all ladies lineup.
I knew that word.
Yeah, it's all ladies, except the guy closing the show, and the hosts are male. And then all females. 6-7 is the free show at G's Club.
Producers,
in West Hempstead.
show up. Of all of them, show up to that one.
Yes, say hello to
Show
us.
up.
Tell us where you found us. Say we saw you on Michelle Asta's show, or you found us at the Wildflowers.
No cover.
No cover. 6:19, I'll be at the Red Zone in Babylon. And then 7-5, we'll be back at G's Club. But that lineup has not been announced yet. So if you're a comic, you have to be on our best graces. You have to show up in June if you want to be on the July show.
Show up,
Gotta be in it to win it. You could even win a spot that night. You might win the guest spot and then get a spot in July.
And all you have to do is
that's amazing.
Get a drink and something
that's
to
a
eat
great idea.
and support the venue.
Great
You don't
idea.
have to pay anything to get in.
So just come down.
Yeah,
and
just
support.
come down.
I'm
And what
thinking
time
about-
is that show? 6 o'clock?
We did 6 o'clock doors, and then the show's going to start at 7. So get in around 6, 7.
Okay.
Get yourself a seat and a bite, and we'll
We're
see you
so
at 7.
excited about it. We're so freaking
I'm
excited.
so excited for you. You guys deserve it more than anybody, really. You
Thanks.
support everyone. Everyone.
Everyone who's nice.
And you don't talk shit. And
Right,
you're
right.
real and
Thank you.
loyal.
Thank you,
and
Michelle.
I love you for it.
And we love you, and we're so happy to be here and your first guest.
I'm happy
And
to have
we
you
know you're
guys,
going to be a
man.
huge success.
This wouldn't have happened without either of you.
Well, Mandy,
thanks.
with that, the technical support.
And the champagne
And
was a
Glenn,
bonus.
who we're
This
not
was a
whoring out,
bonus.
even though we joke about whoring him out.
Exactly.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Tara's saying great show, girls. Thank you, Tara.
Thanks, Tara. I love you, baby.
Thank you, everybody,
See
for
you
tuning
Friday.
in. We really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you, everybody.
Share the show.
Yes, share
Can
it.
everyone
Hit the
press
share
the
button.
share button? It's very, very
Share,
important
share,
that you
share.
share. We should
Whether
have
you're
said that at the
watching
beginning.
their show or my show, you share. Share.
Press
Because
that
we all
share
share.
button.
Sharing is caring.
Correct. Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Yes,
much for
seriously.
coming tonight.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to have you ladies back. I know our journey will never end, and
Yes.
I'm very excited for the future.
Yes.
But thank you all for tuning in. Love to each and every one of you. And I'll see you next week. Mwah. Okay, how do I sign off?
Yeah, this is finished down here.
I'm going to keep kissing till we're off the air.
Oh my God, I can't fall in the arrow. Mandy, help me. Where's that?
Marilyn Price said, awesome show. We're trying to end it.
We're
The
trying
show
to-
is over.
Where is
Turn it
it?
off. Turn it off.
Oh my God, you can turn it off. It's
Where is
over,
your mouse?
guys.
Oh.
Where is the mouse?
No, it just went on that screen. Here we
Bye,
go.
everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Bye.
Where did it go?
Bye. I'm going to pull my shirt
find
down now.
This is funny. See, this is the organic shit we want to happen because this is funny. Now I'm starting to sweat.